So yesterday we finally got the release, actual title drop, the fucking first official trailer of Xenoverse 3. So I instantly made a breakdown of that trailer. And today I wanted to talk about what I'm worried about. And let me stop being negative, because I'm not really worried. I think this game is going to succeed no matter what, okay? But given the information that we saw in that trailer, I do think that there is going to be a open world-esque type of city as your main hub. I want to talk about first why I think this could be dangerous for the game. It's not going to be dangerous too much. I mean, it's going to be sick. It's going to be our first actual Dragon Ball game that feels open world. I mean, I know Kakarot exists, but that's a story-only game. This is our first multiplayer where we could probably just fly around wherever we want. We saw that city. We saw how huge it looked. Seems to me that we're going to be able to fight actual bad guys in the city. Like, we pull up next to our boy Brett and get ready to squabble up. So if we are truly getting a actual big-ass city main hub, possible open world vibe, it can't be like Pokemon or like 2K. Now, I don't play a ton of Pokemon anymore. Of course, I played a lot of it when I was a little kid. But the newer Pokemons, from what I gather, the city in Pokemon, or just the open world Pokemon, are just so fucking empty. Like, they're just like NPCs walking around. There's nothing to really do in the city. They have a couple shops and that's it. You get to just walk around the city. And then I know more about 2K. And when 2K first developed their like My Player City, by the way, 2K as in basketball, like NBA 2K. I remember it was like 2K21 maybe is when they first introduced the actual city. Now, in 2K, you could only walk around. You can't fly, you can't drive. I mean, you could have a skateboard, but bro, that city was literally the definition of just empty NPC madness, all right? Every store was just like hella spread apart. If you want to go to get a haircut, you have to go all the way across the city. And then if you want to go get some new clothing, you got to go all the way across the city. And then if you got to go play actual basketball, you have to go all the way across the city. Every single building was empty and void. The NPCs just walked back and forth. It was a cool ass concept, but it just didn't really pan out in a game like that. I think Dragon Ball could probably do better in the sense of like, all right, we could fly around. We'll probably have different ways to travel around and maybe drive, maybe fly. It doesn't necessarily mean we're just going to be walking around going from point A to point B, from point A to point C. We're not going to have to, it's not going to be a walking simulator, because we're going to be able to fucking fly around. On 2K, when they first dropped the city, bro, the performance issues were crazy. Like, all right, so you have the city, right? And you're playing basketball. And in the background, you have the city still there, and the entire time you're delayed and lagging because there's so much fucking shit rendering at the same time. The performance was just miserable, bro. Like, I literally just wanted to play offline game modes. So I'm worried that an anime game, which, by the way, anime games are known to have bad service, bad netcodes, bad Wi-Fi, like ghost hits, things like that. I'm afraid that there's a chance, like, all right, if I'm fighting some crime in the city, that there's possibly going to be a lot of lag, maybe performance issues, FPS drops, because there's so much shit going on in the background that we can't really focus on, you know, the main battle. Like, come to think of it, that's not going to be a huge issue if we're going like and doing parallel quests where we're, you know, in one setting. But if this is an open world game and like the like main city hub is a actual multiplayer like lobby where you have 50 people flying around, I could 100% see crazy lag problems. And I'm hoping they don't do that. If they could really just lock in and have a great netcode and great servers, we don't have to worry about that. But that's just a concern of mine. And like I was talking about with 2K, like, you have to go from store to store to store to store. It takes hella long. So just imagine if you're playing Dragon Ball and you want to get a new outfit, you have to go all the way across the map to get a shirt, and then all the way across the map to get some pants. I just want there to be one central location where you could get all your shit, and then the city is for exploring, for side missions, and for just other things like that. Maybe they could introduce new concepts to the city to make it more fun. But I don't want to be forced to go fly from this part of the map that's all the way over here to all the way across the fucking world to go get new pants, bro. That's what I'm a little worried about too. Like, all right, yeah, we have the city, let's force everyone to go fly around. And bro, it's not GTA, all right? We don't need to go 15 miles to get a new fucking shirt. Like, off the top of my head, those are the only negatives I could think that they could have with a city. Is just too much flying around and performance issues. Other than that, and also like an empty city. You have 3 issues that are on the top of my mind, but there's so many cool things that they could obviously do, like crime events, all right? When I think of crime events, I'm thinking Spider-Man 2, all right? The reason why that's on the top of my head is because I just played through Spider-Man 1 and 2. Just swinging through the city and then looking to your left and seeing like, all right, there's people robbing a store, we have to go stop that, and then I go stop that, and then I get a little XP from it to level up. That's gonna be sick if they could implement that into the game, where if I'm in the city and there's something going on, like an enemy or something like that over here, I could go fly, beat them up, and then get some XP from that. Also, with a city, there's a perfect opportunity to have seasonal events, alright, bro? When it's Christmas, we need some snow. When it's fucking Halloween, it needs to be spooky, alright? Like, there's so many opportunities to do seasonal events, weekly events in the city that will just keep people coming to the game and playing for a very long time. They said in the Dragon Ball Battle Hour that this is going to be a game that people are going to enjoy for a very long time. And bro, we played Xenoverse 2 for 10 fucking years, and there were no seasonal events really. I mean, you had like the World Tournament and things like that, but there weren't really seasonal events. There's an opportunity to make this almost like a live service fucking Dragon Ball game, which we haven't had, I don't think. Also in the trailer, we saw a dude driving. Now I know I'm getting too far into like the creative thing, but in Xenoverse 2 you were able to pull out a fucking log, bro, or you were able to pull out like a little Capsule Corp flying jet and like make yourself move a little faster. This was before you were able to fly. You were able to unlock flying after you beat a certain mission, but before that you had to just like hit X or hit square in order to pull out your little like robo car. All right, now we're in a city, right? So it would make sense if we could just hit a button and pull out our fucking car, bro, and drive around the city, right? I mean, I think we're gonna have actual driving in this game, and I know I made a joke about it, but like, there's a chance, bro. There's a mission where we have to get our fucking license, bro. That would be so sick. I know that the city is gonna be our main hub. If it's not a city, at least this world is gonna be our main area that we explore. But what's gonna happen if we're a Namek race and we have to go to Namek to do our missions? Are they still gonna have that? And if that's the case, are we only gonna be allowed to walk around Guru's house still? If they're gonna expand the city and the main hub, we have to expand every sub place. I have a theory that we are going to be getting demon race characters. If we're a demon race character, we should be able to go to the demon realm, bro. Force me to make a fucking Namekian. Force me to make a Saiyan. Force me to make a demon race character. Because if I know, yo, if I make a Namekian, I get to go explore Namek, bro. That's fire. Yo, if I get to make a demon race character, I get to go to the demon realm and do shit in the demon realm. Like, we could have our own story in the city, and we can have our own story on Namek, and we can have our own story on the Demon Realm. There's so many possibilities for that. Also, I want to quickly talk about the roster, okay? Now, the roster is not a main concern of mine because I know we're going to have a huge roster. This game's going to be fucking updated, and there's going to be a million DLCs, but I want to talk about the base roster, okay? Because that's always important to everyone. We need a lot of characters, of course. In the trailer, we actually get to see Gamma 1. He's actually helping us fight crime, bro, which to me means that he's going to be in the base game, right? Which also therefore means that all the superhero characters from that movie, like Gamma 1, Gamma 2, Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, they gotta be on the base game, right? So if we could let's just use an educated guess and say everyone from superhero and before should probably be included. So that means the Dragon Ball Broly movie, the Super Broly movie, and everything before that. So every character from Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT. That's all I'm asking for, is that we have all of those characters. I don't want no GT DLCs. I don't want no Dragon Ball Super DLCs. Main hope is that if they are not in the base game, that for a DLC we get some Dragon Ball OG Dragon Ball characters, like some Kid Goku, Roshis, some younger TNs, like Demon King Piccolo. And remember that this game is coming out in 2027, and I'm assuming the Moro arc is going to be dropping at least 2027, maybe 2028. Every Dragon Ball Super manga character that will be getting animated in the future will be in Xenoverse 3. So those are obviously going to be DLCs. So that's why I'm kind of hopeful that our base roster is going to be fucking big, because they should know in their hearts that, all right, the anime is returning. We will be able to drop Moro. We will be able to drop Ultra Ego Vegeta. Like, the anime is returning. You're gonna get your money's worth. Just give us the same character. I paid a lot of money for these fucking characters. Don't take them away from me. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure if you guys want to, you can subscribe. If you want to, you can hit that like button. It's not too important to me. I just want you guys to watch this video, enjoy it, and most importantly, comment down below your theories, your ideas. I want to hear all of that shit, bro, because I love hearing other ideas. Open my mind up a little more, because there's so many things they could do with this fucking game. It's gonna be sick.